All right. Hello, everybody. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday, y'all. It is a new month. I hope you are ready for this new month that is upon us. I'm excited because we have a whole new week of trading upon us, as well as a whole new month. All right, whole new month of trading. So I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully you are too, and that's why you are tuning in either live or the replay. Now, before we get into all, the things that we are going to talk about tonight, some of you are who are part of the Prosperity Cause community, you already know there are a couple of things that are going to be discussed tonight. But I need y'all to just hold tight, be patient, and we're going to get there. All right. First things first, though, y'all, please do me a favor as you are jumping on. Shout out to you for jumping on here live tonight. As you're jumping on live or the replay, put in the chat, put in the comments where you're tuning in from, what city, what state, what country, okay, you're tuning in from. Also, do me another favor. I really appreciate it. If you like the video, YouTube, I need y'all to give it a thumbs up, please. I would really appreciate that. Give it a thumbs up, and then you can heart as stuff makes sense to you. Okay. Or if you're like, yep, I'm looking at that one to trade. Okay. Do that after you've given the thumbs up. On top of that, if you have not subscribed yet on YouTube, please make sure you do that. And then also hit the notification bell, because if you're not part of the Prosperity Cause community, you may not know when I'm going live. But if you hit that notification bell, you will know when I'm going live. Okay. And lastly, y'all, share this video with someone that you know is struggling, has been talking about some issues with trading. They can't seem to get it together and whatnot. Listen, I may be the person for them, I may not. Who's to say? So the only way for them to know is for you to share the video. Okay. So share the video and save. For those of you on Facebook, save it. Okay. Save it, come back, check it out later. And that way you can see how we did for the week. Okay. So with that being said, I'm going to share my screen. We're going to get into what we are here for. This is the Forex live market analysis, y'all. I'm really excited. But before we get into that, we got to do this disclaimer. Remember, y'all, trading and investing in any market can contain substantial risk and is not suited for every individual. Every trader and investor learns and performs differently, thus the results would not all be the same. There is a potential for a trader and investor to lose all or more than their initial investment due to numerous factors. Therefore, it is suggested that each trader and investor only invest money that can be lost without jeopardizing their financial security and or lifestyle. I am not a financial advisor nor a licensed trader, y'all. I'm a student, just like most of you. The only difference is I've had some experience, I've had some ups and downs, and I'm sharing those things with you. And that's why I'm only sharing information for educational purposes, for viewers to do their own research. It is on you to make sure that you check this stuff out before you make a decision to enter any market with your money. Okay. All traders and investors that utilize strategies discussed, services, and products shown will do so at their own risk. Remember, y'all, past profits do not guarantee future results. We learn differently. You learn how you learn. I learn how I learn. Okay. And lastly, y'all, remember this information is being provided for educational purposes only. Again, I got to make sure I say that again for some of my people who are like, she told me to do that. No, I didn't. I told you what I'm going to do. Okay. All right, y'all, we're going to go into why we're here. We want to touch on the last month, do a quick review. Last month was it was the worst trading month that we've had during these live market analysis this year. This is by far the worst one. Now, here's what I'm going to say on that, though. I'm saying it's the worst one because our win percentage was lower than normal. Okay, so you're looking at a roughly, if you round it up to a 67% win percentage. Y'all, I'm used to, 90 and 100%, right? So getting a 67 is like, dog. However, I will tell you with the things that we analyzed last month, I will say with, I believe it was AUD USD. I want to say it was AUD USD. I probably would have entered that trade regardless of what, because the market, what it was showing. Okay, there was no news at the time and all of that good stuff. So You know, AUD USD and SPS 500, those were our two losses for last month. They did eventually hit our other profit targets. However, they fell short from where they initially went. So if you would have gotten the trade for like AUD USD and SPS 500, both of them initially went into a buy, right? And then it fell short of hitting that take profit area. It wasn't even, especially with AUD USD, I believe it was a little over 20 pips, like barely over 20 pips away from the take profit for the buy. And then that thing just dropped and hit every single one of our take profit points for the sale. So if you wouldn't have entered for the buy, you would have won definitely with the sale. However, I still count it as a loss because it did continue to go towards that buy. It just didn't quite hit the take profit. So definitely count that as a loss. Same thing with SPS 500. It fell short a few pips from the take profit one for the buy, and then it crushed all four of the take profit points that I had marked up for SPS 500. It hit every single one of them in the sale. So needless to say, last month, like I said, yeah, you know, it was a 67% win percentage. However, here's what I do want to say on that, y'all. If you practice really good risk management, meaning you're not over leveraging your accounts, for my people who are new and you're attempting to understand trading and you're watching this either live or the replay, and I'm talking about trading specifically in the foreign exchange market where we have our different currencies that we're trading, right? If you're practicing risk management, that means that you're not risking more than you want to gain on any given trade. Example. So when I talk and I'm marking up my charts, right, with y'all live, when I'm marking up my charts, what I'm gonna say to you is, hey, make sure this is a good risk to reward for you. Now, what I teach is at a bare minimum, we want to get a 1 to 2. Why do we want to get a 1 to 2? Because should we take lessons in the market like we did last month, right? And we had those two lessons, we still should, in the month or the week or the day, we should still be ending in profit. Why? Because if our risk to reward is a 1 to 2, that means hypothetically, let's say you want to risk $50 in the market. Well, that means you should be looking to gain at least 100, not 50 for 50. Okay. So if you're practicing good risk management, especially with what we did with gold, EUR, USD, and whatnot, right? You should have GBP, AUD, you should have still ended July in profit because you were practicing a risk to reward ratio of at least 1 to 2. If you got greater than that, awesome. That's good for you. If you didn't, it's okay. You have a new month. I need you to focus on your risk management plan and making sure that your risk to reward ratio is at least a 1 to 2. Now, again, you're an adult. For most of you that watch these lives or the replay, most of you are adults. I only have a few high schoolers that tune in. So as an adult, you're more than likely going to do what you want to do with your money. I get it. Okay. But at the end of the day, I'm saying this again. What I do is practice getting a risk to reward of at least 1 to 2. If what I see does not present that opportunity, I move on to the next thing. So like, let's say whatever I'm marking up tonight, if it doesn't present an opportunity for me to potentially gain more than what I'm willing to risk, then I'm not going to trade that. I'm going to move on to something else. I'll still mark it up for later, but I'm not going to trade it. Okay. That's just me though. Everybody's different. Everybody teaches different. Okay. None of us are exactly the same. So it's totally up to you. You move according to your risk tolerance. That's what I would say. All right. So that's last month in review. We're going to go over our week relative performance, y'all. I added this because I wanted people to see like what the market was looking like over the past week. So from July 28th to August 3rd, this is what the market looked like. The Japanese yen had a lot of or way more buying occurring than anything else. And you'll be able to see that when you look at, the next slide that I'm going to show you, but you'll be able to see that in the market. You'll notice that a lot of the things that are paired with the yen, the Japanese yen, they have been in a full out sale. I'm going to give you an example of why I'm saying this, because what I did was I went into the market and I looked at all the currencies on this relative strength or relative performance screenshot. I went to the market and I looked at what USD JPY looked like for last week. CAD JPY, that's Canadian dollar. Looked at that. I looked at the pound, right? With the Japanese yen, as well as the Australian dollar with the Japanese yen. And I'm gonna tell you now, you're gonna see it, but all four of them took massive sales, and I'm talking about big time pips. And I'm like, man, like, I'm not surprised, but I just want to make sure if you want to utilize this just to kind of get a gauge on like what's the next week gonna look like, or at least what's today gonna look like, you can combine some of what I've already shown. For my people who've been on this YouTube channel for a while, you can use some of what I've already shown, my trading system. And you can also use this because they have an option where you can select by the day. Okay, so you can select the day relative performance versus the week, which is what I do because I just want to give y'all a weekend review. Okay, so I'm going to show y'all what I mean by looking at the relative strength or the relative performance for these different currencies. This is what I mean. So we had some really big movers last week. The biggest ones were GBP JPY as far as currency pairs go. That went down over 1,000 pips. So shout out to anybody who traded GBP JPY last week. You probably made a bag, okay? Especially depending on your account size, you probably made a nice bag. All right. USD JPY shot down over 700 pips as well. So for those people who are like, Leona, what are pips? And you're new to Forex, welcome. And you're new to this channel, welcome. But pips just pretty much means points. So each point represents a dollar amount for us when we're going into the market, when we're investing into the market. It's no different than the stock market, cryptocurrency. If you're investing in that, whatever you're investing in, if the price goes down in our favor for that trade, the more pips, points it goes down, the better for us, the more money we make. Okay, because remember, y'all, with trading, we can make money specifically with the foreign exchange and the cryptocurrency market, plus our precious metals, commodities, and whatnot, and some of our indices, which is like kind of like our major stocks. Okay, like the Nasdaq, Dow Jones, and S&P 500. They just named something else in Forex. Okay. So with all of these, we're able to make money if the price of it goes up, but we're also able to make money when we trade it and the price is going down. So for my people, like I said, who got into GBP JPY because they saw that the yen maintained its strength and it was pretty heavy and the pound wasn't as strong, then guess what? You probably made a really nice bag. Same thing with USD JPY. Bitcoin, on the other hand, it did last week, went down over 8,000 pips. Okay, well over 8,000 pips. And as a matter of fact, I was about to send it to some of the people that's a part of my private trading community and let them know, hey, yo, Bitcoin finally filled this imbalance. So now I'm personally just waiting on to buy back up. Like, that's it. And from an investor standpoint, for me, I'm like, I'm about to buy me some more Bitcoin. Because it's dropped down to like $54,000. This is buying opportunity for me, but that's me, right? Totally different for everyone else. Again, I'm not a financial advisor, y'all, so I'm not telling you what to do. I'm telling you what I'm doing. Okay. Also, NAS 100, which is like our NASDAQ, that's the equivalent to the NASDAQ in the foreign exchange market. That also went down almost 1,800 pips. So NAS 100, if you like that nasty NAS, if you want to trade that, then most definitely you probably made a really nice bag too. Between Bitcoin And NAS 100, I'm not gonna lie, y'all, that's a really heavy pay week. That's a really heavy pay week. If you were blessed enough to catch both of those at the same time, I only caught one, which was NAS. I didn't catch Bitcoin because I was already looking at NAS, and every time the moves was happening with Bitcoin, I don't already missed it, and I don't jump in late, so I don't learn my lesson on that one, right? But pretty much, y'all, last week, the reason why we saw these massive sales in the foreign exchange market, it honestly could be a response to the anticipation of a global recession. You know, think about it, y'all. Here in the United States specifically, we're in a election year. And so you're going to see some volatility. I don't even know if y'all noticed it, but I'm going to go back to this slide. I don't know if y'all have noticed this. If you've been jumping on here every single time that I've done a live market analysis, at least for the past month, you will notice that the US dollar has been neutral. So that tells me, again, I'm not an econ major or nothing like that, but that tells me that there's not much confidence in the US dollar for people to buy, but there's also not enough fear for people to sell. So people are just supplementing that with other things. So instead of buying or selling their US dollar, they're putting it into the other things. So that's the reason why the US dollar, in my humble opinion, is staying pretty neutral. Okay. So just wanted to throw that out there. But like I said, these are some of our movers for this past week. And I will continue to add this because I feel like this really gives us a good idea or a snapshot of like where the market was and then where it could potentially go. Okay. So if the yen is still very strong today, then guess what, y'all? We more than likely should be continuing to see the sell off of things paired with the yen if those particular currencies are still weak. Okay. Remember, you can go to the currency strength meter to see if a currency is strong or weak, or you can also go to finviz.com and select day relative performance versus week, and that shows you what currencies are being bought, which ones are being sold, which ones are neutral at the time. Okay. So either one is perfectly fine, but y'all know I'm a firm believer in currency strength meter because I constantly get updates. All right, so upcoming economic news, y'all, before we get to the charts, because that's up next. We have Australia. They have their bank holiday today. So if there is anything that you want to look at, please be mindful. If you include the Australian dollar, I will not suggest that you trade it because typically when there's a bank holiday, I equate this to like a high risk or high impact type of activity within the economy. And so it could alter your potential results and honestly increase your chances of giving money back to the market that you don't need to do. Okay. You can save yourself some money and just stay away from trading anything paired with the Australian dollar today because there is a bank holiday. Okay. Tomorrow, Canada has a bank holiday. US has their PMI numbers coming out tomorrow. And Australia also has interest rates coming out tomorrow. Remember, y'all, get all of this information from forex.com. If you want to know, like, Leona, how do I look at all of this stuff, these websites that you're talking about? I have a series called How to Know What to Trade in the Forex Market. It's parts 1 through 5. I did it last year. I'm going to keep it up for now. I may take it down. To be honest, I'm thinking about taking it down this year, but we'll see. But go back to that while it's still up, and then you'll be able to see how I use each one of those websites as part of my trading system in order for me to consider trading anything in the foreign exchange market. All right. New Zealand has the unemployment numbers. That's coming out on the 6th. And then we have the Reserve Bank of Australia. Their governor is speaking as well. That's on the 7th. Okay. And then, of course, there's more news. I want to say it's the U.S. unemployment numbers. Those come out on the 8th. Okay. And that's on Friday. So, yeah. So there we go. Was it Friday or Thursday? Thursday. Because there's nothing. I don't think I saw anything on Friday. So, yeah, Thursday. I want to say that's when those numbers come out. So, yeah, that is what we have now. we are going to get into our live market analysis. Y'all, you stuck it out with me. We've been going for 21 minutes now. So I'm going to stop sharing this for the moment. And then we're going to go straight to the charts. I already have two things on my list to mark up because I started the process already, which is GBP, JPY. That's on the list. For strong currencies, remember from last week, which is the yen, and GBP CHF. That was the second one. The franc was the second one. That was franc was the second one. I don't know why I pressed that. Okay. But yeah, so the franc was the second one that was ready to go. And it has been having a lot of buying momentum. So that means that we should be potentially looking at, oh my gosh, we should be potentially looking at a sale for GBP CHF. And then, of course, y'all know I'm a markup gold. Now, I want to give y'all a chance. Y'all know how I do every time I get on here. I always give people the opportunity to let me know what you want me to mark up. Since I have GBP JPY, GBP CHF, and then I'm going to look at and mark up gold. I'm going to ask for whoever types it first on this live. Whoever types it first, I will definitely look at that one. And then for y'all watching the replay, if it's something that you want us to start looking at, or want me to start looking at, I should say, and marking up on the sessions, then let me know by putting it in the comments. Okay, you can put it in the comments, and we should be good to go. Okay, so I'm gonna do this because I'm gonna make the take profit here. Why did it not let me do? Oh, oops. There we go. Now, every time I do this, I do let people know, because there are people that was that just graduated. Shout out to all my recent graduates from the 90-day trading bootcamp. So I've been putting on here to activate trailing stop. They know what that means. If you're like Leon, I have no idea what that means. I'm not sure. Oops, I meant to do top. My bad, top, right. If you're not sure what that means, it's okay. Trust me, you'll get it. Oh man, this must be over too far, because this is way over there. Oh my gosh. Did I go too far? Okay. I'm gonna have to fix this. Let me unlock this real quick, y'all, because I don't know what I done. I'm gonna go to the 4 hour. That's why it's way over there. Okay, so it should show up. There we go. That's better. Okay. So I had to go back to like 2023 to find an area where price may come at. This is considered my demand zone. This previous week low here is actually the top of my demand zone. My bad, supply zone. Gosh, my brain today. My bad, y'all. But this is the top of my supply zone. Because like I said, I had to go back to like December of 2023 to find a previous sale that I could possibly find an area where price may turn around at. So this is my golden zone according to my Fibonacci that I use. And then I identified possible areas where, if the yen remains strong, that price could come back down to. Okay, so that's TP1. And then I'm going to create one here. This is not supposed to be that. I think I put it on 12. And then I'm going to do the bottom of that demand zone. The bottom of that golden zone is going to be my take profit 2. Okay. And then again, when you're activating a trailing stop, and this is for my people who understand and know what that means, then that means that you're going to move your trailing stop to each one of these areas. So let's say you're like, I anticipate, because I trade GBP JPY all the time, right? So I anticipate GBP JPY continuing this run to the downside. You know, I'm going to set my take profit for the very bottom, right? Okay, cool. Well, when you do that, if you understand, if you've been trading for a while and you know how to use trailing stop losses, then you would make this TP1 for the sale. You will make that your stop loss now, and that will be where you will activate your trailing stop. So once price has passed this take profit one and it's in this golden zone, you will create your trailing stop here, activate it here, and then if it continues to roll on down, then price is going to, your trailing stop is going to move down with it. Okay, so that's for my people who use them. By all means, take it and run with it. If you don't worry about it. Don't get confused. If you have a question, though, by all means, hit me up. You can send a question. You can type it in the comments in the live chat if you have that question right now on live. If not, it's all good. So we're going to have about 6 take profit points for this TP file, just because this has been down here before. So there's a possibility if the Japanese yen maintains the strength like it has been, that it could go back. So I'm going to show y'all why I'm saying this. Here's a currency strength meter, just so you see it. So when I got on here earlier, it had all 6 bars, and the pound only had 1. Okay. The US dollar had 3, so that's why I didn't mark this. I didn't do like USD JPY or nothing. Okay. And these two didn't have 4 bars. They only had 3. Okay. I'm not changing my list now. I'm just showing y'all. I'm not changing my list. Okay. So now let's say that GBP JPY does buy. Well, what I would prefer to see, just so y'all know, this is the supply zone plus this is the previous week low. So I would prefer to see price break through this previous week low, retrace back down, so price pull back down a bit, form a new bullish candlestick pattern, because I trade candlestick patterns, Japanese candlestick patterns. So form a new bullish candlestick pattern here, confirm above this previous week low and previous day low, because it's both of them. And then I would take it up to this previous day high. So this would end up being my take profit 1 for the buy. And like I said, activate a trailing stop if you're like, nope, I see it going further than this. All right. You can activate a trailing stop and you can have a higher point as your actual take profit point. Okay. So this would be potential take profit 2. Okay. And I'm looking here, quite possibly take profit 3. There we go. I don't even need to change that to, I don't need to change that to what you call it. Okay. So there we go. So now we have TP1, 2, 3 for the buy. We have 6 for the sale. Y'all can take a screenshot. Go ahead. I'm gonna hit save. So now I know. Boom. All right, cool. You should have your screenshot. If not, you come back and catch the replay. All right, GBP, CHF. That's the next one on the list. I'm going to do gold, y'all. If y'all don't say anything, I'm going to wrap with those 3. I'm just letting you know now. So this is your opportunity, especially for those of you watching live right now. Thank you for jumping on. Appreciate you. Share the video. First of all, please share the video. Also, make sure that you like the video. If you're on YouTube, just give the thumbs up first and then do the hearts, okay? If you're supporting. And also hit that subscribe button if you have not subscribed yet, and hit the notification bell if you have not done that yet as well, okay? So there we go. Got that part out the way. So next, I'm going to GBP CHF, like I said. Yes, I can look at the DXY once I'm finished with go. I'm going to delete this because I don't remember when the last time I marked up GBP CHF. So I'm going to have to start over. Yeah, I'm going to have to start over. Okay, so for those of you that are new, and have never ever seen me mark up a chart before, here we go. So I do something called a top-down analysis. Why do you do that, Leona? Well, something I have learned is that as I have traded over the past 5, almost 6 years, that the market tends to repeat. It's not as fast, it's not as frequent, and it may not hit the area and then turn exactly around. It may pierce it and then come back, However, something I have learned though is the market likes to repeat. It likes to go back to areas that it's been before. So what I do is I mark the previous high and the previous low, not the open and close, but the previous high and the previous low of the previous month, the previous week, and the previous day. Those 3 time frames is what I do. Why? Because I trade off of the 1 hour. Okay. If you trade like on a lower time frame, then yes, you can use lower time frames to do your top down analysis. But I'm gonna tell you, as long as you may want to make sure that you're at least including the 4 hour and the week at a bare, the 4 hour and the day at a bare minimum. Like seriously, you really need to have that day chart marked if you don't do anything else. Okay. Because you want to be able to get an idea for what the market is doing each day. Is it experiencing a sell trend? Is it experiencing a buy trend? Or has it been ranging for a while, meaning prices just kind of bouncing in between 2 areas over and over and over again, right? Or is it choppy, meaning when you look at it, you're like, ugh. There have been plenty of times, y'all, when I look at it and I'm like, you make that stank face. Like, yeah, I'm like, nah, I'm not doing it. I'll pass. If you see that when you look at the chart, more than likely you should stay away from it. Just being honest. So I'm seeing on the day for GBP CHF, it has been selling. That goes back to what I showed y'all earlier with the FOREX week relative performance. The franc has been having some really great buying opportunities with that. So that's the reason why GBP CHF is going into a sale, because the pound is weaker than the franc. The franc has the strength, so that's why price is being driven down. Okay. And if y'all want to know more about that, how I figure that, then go to my series that I have, How to Know What to Trade in the Forex Market. Go to part 1 because I cover the currency strength meter and I break down how our currency pairs are put together. Okay. I'm not seeing, it is way back there. Like, yeah, it is too far back for me. So I'm not going to place a field because I'm not seeing, like on GBP JPY, I went back to December 2023 and I saw a really good previous sale that gave me an idea. But this one, I'm not finding it. So I'm going to go ahead though and mark some potential take profit points because I already know it's going to take a while to find that on the 1 hour, especially given that the movement is back here in January. Jesus. This is a long way away. Okay. So for my people, if you're like, well, can you make this clearer? I absolutely can. I can change it to a line chart. And what I'm looking for is selling opportunity, right? So where do I anticipate the market returning to that it has been already? I do something called pretty much looking for support. Okay. Previous areas of support, meaning prices come to this area multiple times. 2 or more touches that form something like a V or a U shape tells me that this is a stronger area of support. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4 in the V, and then I have resistance. So that's 2. So that's 6 total touches on this one line. So I'm definitely going to keep that one. That's going to be a potential take profit point. And then looks like we have this. I don't know how many pips that is in between. So I'm just going to go from here to this one to see if it's even worth it. Come on, damn. 51 pips. Okay. So yeah, that's good. And then I'm gonna do one more, at least to attempt to do one more. So this one has 2. Let's see if we can find another spot. If that makes sense though, let me know on how to find potential profit areas by using support and resistance, right? That's all it is, support and resistance. You need price to come to that area at least 2 times. You have more than 2, stronger possibility of price coming down. If you do that for resistance, we want to see like a peak on a mountain, right? So upside down V, upside down U, or peak, whichever term you want to use. Okay, there's nothing else back here. Okay, I see it. So that one broke through it. All right, cool. But yes, we want to do that. So we're looking for V's or a U. I say look for a valley, right? But you can look for V or U going down for a sell. And then you want to look for a peak or upside down V, upside down U when you're looking for the buy. That's our resistance, right? 2 or more touches, y'all. 2 or more touches is what we need to see. Okay, so I got this for 4 hour. So I'm going to mark what price is at right now. So that way, when I come back and look, I can say, this is where we were during the session. And this is what I marked up. So I have potential sale. TP1 for sale. Remember, y'all, when I do this, I mentioned it earlier. Y'all, please make sure that this is, I meant to put activate trailing stop. Please make sure that oh shucks. I'm gonna have to change that. I'm gonna have to take that off. Just know, y'all, you need to activate a trailing stop if you're like, I want to use that bottom line that you've created. Okay? If you want to use the bottom line, take profit 3, then please make sure you activate a trailing stop. I thought I just did that one. All right, there we go. What was I finna say? Dang it. I forgot. Me not being able to put the activate trailing stop threw me off. Shucks, I forgot. It'll come back to me if it was important. Okay, so what I'm looking for here is what we're seeing. Price come back up to this previous week low here, and then we can break it down. Bam. Take profit 1. So remember, y'all, right here, you want to activate a trailing stop loss. If you're like, hey, look, Leon, I see GBP CHF coming all the way down here or further. That's fine. Again, it's your prerogative. I am not a financial advisor, so I cannot tell you what to do with your money. All I'm going to tell you is for me, all right, I always utilize trailing stop losses because that's why I'm able to maintain an 80% on average, 80% win percentage, just me trading, not just the live market analysis, y'all. I'm able to do that because I utilize the trailing stops a lot, okay? Pretty much every time I trade. All right, so this is what we're looking for the sale. For the buy, though, of GBP CHF, I would need to see it clear. Yeah, that's plenty of room. So I would need to see it clear this previous week low here, come up, retrace back down, meaning need to sell a little bit, form a new bullish candlestick pattern and confirm above this previous week low here. And then, what just happened? Let me do this over. You won't act right. So yeah, come up, retrace back down, form a new bullish candlestick pattern, confirm above the previous week low here, because that's what this blue line is. Okay. And then once it confirms above here, then bam, I can take it for take profit 1 here. Remember, we want to activate trailing stop losses if you know how to do it. If you don't, you can always Google, especially with the broker that you have, to see if your broker allows that. If they don't have a automatic one, you may have to do it manually. Okay, and that's only if you know how to do it. If you don't, please don't do that. Just stick to what you know until you learn. Okay, save yourself some headache and money. Okay, seriously. So this is TP2 for the buy. Y'all, I use my top-down analysis as a means to create take profit points as well, because like I said, typically with the top-down analysis, price likes to return to those areas. It doesn't matter what I trade, crypto, currency pairs, gold, indices, because I trade NAS 100. They all do the same thing, okay? That's why I like doing the top-down analysis. All right, so there we go. So now y'all have TP 1, 2, and 3 for the buy, TP 1, 2, and 3 for the sell. For GBP remember last week performance, they had a lot of buy momentum for the franc specifically. So you could see the continuation for the sell only if the franc maintains that strength. If it doesn't maintain that strength, it loses it, and then the pound picks up strength, then you will see a buy, okay? Because our base is the pound, and it will be strong, and then you can see price shoot up, okay? So that's it on that. Now, let's go to, I'm going to go to DXY for you, Veronica, and then I need to take this off because this is old. Then I do gold to close us out. All right, oops, not weak. So I'm gonna do the same thing like I do with everything else, y'all. Top down analysis, nothing change. Okay. So on this month, it looks like this tells us exactly what I showed y'all on FinViz with the US dollar being neutral. This is why we see that the US dollar is neutral. It's not going up, it's not going down, it's just going sideways, right? So that means that we could potentially see that continuing unless there is a break to either the upside or the downside out of this area that is just staying in between. So like this is our high for this entire movement here from December 22nd to now. So this is our high, and then this is our low. So we would need to see price either break above this. Now we have some confidence in the dollar again, or break to the downside of that, and that means we've lost confidence in the dollar. Okay. So, but I'm not gonna do that. It's just for, as a matter of fact, I will do it. I'm gonna make that white. Okay. And then I'm gonna put in here, we need to see break for buying USD. Okay. And then I'm going to do this one for this one. We see the break below. Let's see. Okay, so you know if the dollar is selling off, that means it's pretty weak. So that means things that are paired with it, especially if the US dollar is the base, then those currency pairs will be selling. If the US dollar isn't the base and it's selling off, then that means that currency pair may be buying. Okay, so got that on here. Now let's do the week. Previous week high. There we go. And then previous week low here. All right, and again, it looks the same way on the week. It's just staying in this area. It's not really ranging, right, on the week. So that's why I won't say that it's ranging. It doesn't really look like a range. Ranging means that you have 2 areas in resistance and 2 areas in support that price is bouncing in between. Okay, so 2 times is my bad. 2 times is hit in a specific area as a form of resistance, and at least 2 times it hit a certain area in a form of support. That's going to constitute ranging for us. Okay, so like looking at the day, this isn't ranging because it's not hitting the same area multiple times. It kind of started and then it broke out of that range and then came back down. Now we just need to figure out. So that's why I would say here and here will probably be our best bet. I know there's like a really big gap, but you saw it on a month. Um, so yeah, so this is our day, and then we could just look at today. It's still selling, even today. So you can see prices just been going down. Yeah. So there's your answer, Veronica, on the DXY. Right now, the US dollar is not that strong. Price is still going down. Okay. That's where we're at with it. So anything that has the US dollar paired with it, more than likely, we may be seeing either, if the US dollar is our base, we should be seeing a sell off. If it is our quote, then we'll be seeing those currency pairs buy. So like in my case, because I'm about to mark up gold, I should see if the DXY maintains and the US dollar maintains that lack of strength, then I should see a continuation for the buy for a go. Okay. So let me go to, because this is a new month. So I got to mark a whole new month. And if y'all have any questions, feel free. If anybody has any questions, feel free to drop it in the chat. Feel free to drop it in the chat. Or if you're watching a replay, shout out to you. You can put it in the comment section and I'll come back to it. All right, so I'm gonna unlock and I'm gonna move this up. So this white line is our all-time high, y'all, for gold. So that's why I keep that right there. So I know where the all-time high is at. And if it breaks it, then we know. I'm on the week. I'm supposed to be doing a month. Child. I said I was going to do a new month. Okay. So this one is our all-time high. I'm going to delete that one. I can't believe I did that. I knew this didn't look right. There we go. Okay, so month high and low is marked. Now week high and let me do this. Week low. And then I'm going to change this. Okay, I guess I don't have one on here. All right, and then I'm going to delete this. Delete that. I find a new take profit. And let me remove this out of here because we don't know what it's going to do. What you going to do? I've been listening to Total lately. So, like, these songs been in my head for like the past week. Okay, so, and let me change this because I don't know if that's going to be TP3 or not. All right, so now I have my month and week marked. Let me get this off of here because I don't remember what that was for. Oh, I know what it was. Entering the trade. Okay, so I got my week. Now let me do the day. So my day and week have the same high. but they don't have the same low. So now I got my low for a gold. Cool. And then as we can see, it's been, pulling back. Now we're back to our buy. So depending on the strength of the US dollar, y'all, everything is going to be dependent upon the US dollar strength this week if we're going to see a new all-time high for gold. If the US dollar continues to be weak, we should see a new all-time high for gold. Okay. All right. So price did come back to my golden zone here because I used the 50, 61.8%. If you want to know how I place the fib, I have a video on that as well. How I place my fib. Okay. I got a video for that too. All right. So I'm looking at possibly price continues to go up back to my previous week high here. So that's what I'm going to prepare for. I'll go ahead and do my vertical line here. Drop down to the hour. If y'all have any questions, don't hesitate. Go ahead and drop it in the comments. Okay, so from where price is right now, I know this is a massive amount of pips. Yeah, so I'm going to find another area. That might be too close. That might be too close. Remember, so for the buy, I'm looking for peaks, upside down V, upside down U. I need price to touch those areas twice, at least 2 times, okay, to give me an idea of a form of resistance. And because this is too close, I'm going to go up here and see if I can find something further to the left that touches this same line again. Let's see. It did. Bam. So 2, 3. We got it. So that means that we have 3 take profit points. And for our buy, for a goal, so this is 1 potential take profit point. This is 1 TP1 for a buy. I don't have as much. I do have room. Activate trailing stop. This will be crucial because I know we have news for the US this week, high impact news. So it would definitely be your best bet to, if you know how to use a trailing stop, use it for gold this week. Okay, that will be best, especially if it comes back up here to this month high, all-time high. You definitely need to make sure that you have a trailing stop, because it could create a new all-time high, and you could just let the market run up, and you make money. You know what I'm saying? Until it comes back down, it kicks you out. You secured your profit. Okay, so we got TP1, 2, and 3. As it pertains to this, y'all, I'm looking to the left of this right now, and I see that price could potentially, let me see. See, I would have said price could potentially slow down here, because to the left of this, I see this. You got a doji candle, and then price kind of sat here. So I would personally wait until it clears this if I were you. Okay, I'll personally wait until this clears here, and then if you want to be aggressive, take it. If you want to be conservative, guess what you do? Conservative people like me, boom, you wait. Price to clear here, retrace back down. Sometimes gold does it, sometimes it doesn't, y'all. So just keep that in mind, and then take it for take profit 1. Okay, so from here to here, we're looking at a little over 200 pips. That's a really good payday, y'all. Okay, depending on your account balance. So there we go for that. And then if we were to see it to sell, I would use this area here. I'm gonna bring this over. There we go. And I would use the top of this demand zone. The demand zone. Geez, the top of this golden zone as the take profit one for the sale. Of course, activate your trailing stop. Again, you don't have to do it if you're not familiar with a trailing stop. By all means, I messed it up. I meant to do top right. If you don't know how to use it, don't worry about it. For now, just make sure that you learn about it with your broker to see if your broker allows it. If they do a manual or they do automatic. TP2 for sale. That's going to be the bottom of your demand zone, your golden zone here. And then the top of this demand zone is a TP3 for the sale. You can do the bottom of that demand zone as well, or you can use the week low as your take profit for. Totally up to you. Okay. Either one is fine. So either this one take profit for or this one take profit for. Up to you. All right, cool. So now we got gold marked. I'm gonna save. Take a screenshot. Okay. Now we got GBP, JPY, GBP, CHF, and gold. All three are marked up. Veronica asked for the DXY. Hopefully that helps you with trading this week. That means we are done, y'all. We are done. It is 10 o'clock almost. So we're going to wrap this up. We're going to wrap this up. I want to let you all know that there are a few things coming up. One is another trading workshop. It's going to be happening August 26th to the 29th. So it's 4 days of trading basics as well as a little extra stuff. I go over things like wealth building strategies, compounding, like the power of compounding, especially as a FOREX trader. You want to be able to compound your profit and not just take all of your money, but showing you how to do that. And then also kind of touch on taxes a little bit, okay? Because that is always a question that I get, like how do taxes work when you're trading in the foreign exchange market. So I want to make sure people are good with that. There's a lot more that's going to be shared, but it's 4 days, y'all. This is the last trading workshop of the third quarter in 2024. So I need y'all to know, like, this isn't some big workshop because we are working. So I have to keep the groups very small. That's why I let people know limited slots are available. It's not something to be like, oh, you better hurry up and get it, like trying to hype you up. No, seriously, the reason why I say limited slots is because I have to keep the group small in order for us to touch on your homework, in order for us to do Q&A and make sure everybody's questions are answered, and also to make sure that everybody does the live practical exercises, okay, with us present. So that's the reason why I have to keep the group small, okay? So there's going to be 2 times during that trading workshop. You can either jump on at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time or 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, both all 4 days, okay? So either or, depending on your work schedule. That's the reason why I have 2 times, because some people in the United States, they're working at 3 p.m. Eastern. So they can attend, but they can't attend at 7. And then I have people that are outside the United States. They can attend at 3 p.m. Eastern because they're ahead of us, 6-7 hours and whatnot. So now they can attend. So just little stuff like that, y'all. Like I said, it's 4 days of trading education. We're going to be covering trading basics on day 1. Day 2, we're covering trading psychology, because I'm a firm believer in making sure that you understand what each candlestick pattern and just what trading in general means, the behaviors behind it, all those things. And of course, like I said, the power of compounding. Day 3, we'll talk about our wealth building techniques and broker selection, because that's another question I get a lot. What broker are you using? What broker are you using? I'm not telling people what broker I'm using, especially if you never ever traded before. You need to figure that out for yourself, because we all have different criteria that we are looking for in a broker. But I can show you some of the things that you should pay attention to for your broker, and that's going to be based off of your goals, okay? And then last thing we'll do on day 4, that's where we'll do more live practical exercises. So you'll get some in between that, but there'll be more live practical exercises, and that's the only thing that we'll be doing on day 4 before you wrap and get your certificate. for completing this trading workshop. So that is it on that, y'all. There are a couple other things that are coming up. I will be launching a Forex introduction to Forex, like a trading mini course. So it's very, very short for people who just want to see if trading is for them. Trust me, y'all, it's not gonna cost you anything. It's a Starbucks run. For me anyway, it's a Starbucks run. So that'll be getting launched on the 19th, so stay tuned for that. And you can check that out. And also, birthday sale is going to be coming up next month. I'll keep y'all up to date on that. But in the meantime, y'all, scan the QR code so that way you can secure your spot, especially for the day trading workshop, if that's something you want to do. 4 days of trading education. I gave you the breakdown and whatnot. I'll go over it again. But just remember, y'all, next live market analysis, because I am back. No 90-day trading boot camps. I'm done for the year on that. So I can go live every single Sunday night now. All right. So next Sunday, I'll be back. Same time, 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. Central. And then August 18th, same thing. Okay. So every Sunday now for the rest of this year, unless it's a holiday or something along those lines or an emergency. But every Sunday, I anticipate being on here at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 9 p.m. Central, doing this live market analysis. So bring your questions, bring your currency pairs or whatever you want to see marked up. Type it in the chat. If you're still here live, and those of you watching the replay, drop it in the comments so that way I can look at it, for the next session. Okay. So that's it. That is all. Thank you all so very much for jumping on. Don't forget, scan that QR code so you can get access to the next trading workshop, because this is the last one for the quarter. Okay. So I hope y'all have